Great, so I'm here backstage at the Great Escape. We're fresh from the Vote for Music session that we ran first thing this morning, where we announced the results of the Vote for Music campaign that we ran across the election period. 4 issues came through loudly and strongly through the vote, which accounted for about 65% of the 1,500 votes that we had, and those were in no particular order: music education, tax reliefs, tax issues, the agent of change, and a general call for the government to protect funding for grassroots music and for emerging artists. So I just wanted to take you through some of the nuances of that. It's really fresh news. We literally only finished counting these votes on Wednesday. We've shown that we're nowhere near as fast as Sunderland at counting votes, but we've done our best. So music education, the first of those 4 issues. 2 things came through strongly with the vote there. One was a call for music to be reintroduced to the national curriculum, and another one was for the government to ring-fence the funding that it makes available to music education hubs, so that any child, irrespective of the amount of money that's in their family, has access to music education as they're growing up. That second issue around tax reliefs, something that we've obviously talked about before in some hub webinars over the last few weeks. 2 things came through there. One was, can we have tax breaks for venues, which is what we've talked about before, and then a second bunch of votes around the whole issue of VAT and cultural exemption. So can we get VAT taken off of tickets, or if you're going to charge VAT, can you reinvest that back into music venues and the arts more generally? Those are the 2 things that came through there in terms of tax. Agent of change, that's really interesting, being driven obviously by Music Venue Trust, who are there to represent the views of venues around the country. And that really is, it's about planning law really. It's about the idea that people that are responsible for changes to planning, to the environment, should also be responsible for managing the impacts of those changes. So for instance, if you're a property developer and you choose to build some luxury apartments next to a music venue that's been there for 20 years, then it should be your responsibility as the developer to have to pay for the changes that venue will need to make to sort of soundproof it, to manage things like people leaving late at night, those sorts of things. And it shouldn't be the venue's responsibility. So there was a call for the government to look at that and to introduce that into legislation as well. And then finally, probably not surprisingly really, a general call for the government to continue to protect and not cut funding to music, particularly to artists who are at the start of their careers, venues that are operating at the grassroots. And I think the logic behind there was that without that kind of support at the grassroots level, then we won't see the next Coldplay, we won't see the next Ed Sheeran, because they all have to come through that small scale scene first of all before they can become big stars. So that's a really quick roundup of those 4 issues. If you're interested in those issues, then one day that we're promoting on the 1st of July in Camden, we'll be having a follow-up debate with senior politicians. So we've got Peter Bazalgette, who's the chair of Arts Council England, already signed up for that, and we're hoping that we'll have senior Tory and Labour politicians there to debate those results and to start a new set of conversations with the music industry about how the government can most support, how politicians can most support the music industry, so that we all can continue to enjoy the music that we love. So if you're interested in that, please do come along, have your say, come along to the one day, 1st of July. Tickets, I think you can get through our website, www.thehubuk.com. That's the end of the advert. Thank you.